Hello everyone, what's up? It's me again, Junkmaster3, and today it's actually time for another top 10 list, but this isn't the top list you want to be on the top, because this is going to be my top 10 worst movies that I've watched during 2014. And I'm sorry for the delay of this video, because I had other stuff going on, and especially for the teen movies top list as well, because I've seen a lot of more teen movies in the recent days, so that I wanted to have in the top list as well. So that's the reason why I haven't been completing that video yet. So yeah, but now I'm not going to mumble anything. Now I'm going to start with the top list, with the top 10 worst pieces of shit that I've seen in 2014. So yeah, let's begin. At number 10 we got the movie which it was stupid. I mean, it was not the worst movie ever, but it was just so goddamn boring, and still had some moments which were okay, and but overall it was a terrible movie. The movie is right there. I think you don't really know if you can see it, but Spirit Trap. If you look it up on the movie database, if you don't really see it right here, but from 2005. It was just straight away bad. I think the acting was really bad, and there was like no atmosphere to it at all. It started out pretty well, but it just went straight downhill from there, sadly, because I was hoping for a really good movie, because I've read some things about it which made me want to check it out from the beginning. So yeah, Spirit Trap, absolutely terrible. And at number 9 we got another movie in this pack actually, which is right here, Visitors, from 2003. This was even more boring than the previous movie, like I mentioned right here, Spirit Trap, because it was about a woman which were going to sail through the whole world by herself with a cat, a speaking cat, seriously. That's what I remember, and I remember there was like this like boat that she were sailing with. It was like haunted or something like that, and the only company that she had was a talking cat. So yeah, I couldn't take it serious, because it was just, it felt like it was wanted to be a serious horror movie, but it just failed. As fast as I saw the cat, I was like, I'm out of here. But yeah, The Visitors, number 9, absolutely terrible in my opinion. And then we have a movie which I picked up because of the name of the movie, and because of the actor starring in this movie, Edward Furlong. And like you can see right here, it's called Death Planet, but it's also known as Warriors of Terra. I think that's the original title. But anyway, like you can see here, I can't even spell his name. Edward Furlong. Who the hell is Edward Furlong? Never heard of him before. This was just annoying ass characters. No, not a single likable character. Took too long before anything happened, and it just didn't have any atmosphere to it at all. And yeah, overall it was just plain boring and a pain in the ass to watch. So yeah, Death Planet or Warriors of Terror at number 9. Oh my god, I actually thought this was going to be my number 1 movie of this top list, but the movie is Ninja Zombies, and I'm not going to complain that much about this, because sure, it had a low budget, but it was just, it looked so goddamn terrible. And I mean, it was fun in like 5-10 minutes or something like that, but after that you realize that this isn't going to be any better at all, because the effects in this look so goddamn ridiculous, and I just got tired of it, because it was funny in the beginning, and then it was just like, go away, stay away from this movie. And it's so goddamn wrong that this actually say here on the back, right? Shaun of the Dead meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah, sure. No, this I cannot recommend this unless you want to laugh the first 5 minutes and then just want to throw it out of the window because it was just terrible. Ninja Zombies at number 7. And then we got a movie which actually looked kind of interesting on the cover and everything and the plot and so on. But when I started watching it, I saw it was low budget as hell, and I'm not saying that low budget are like bad movies, but when you make low budget movies, you can't expect to do anything better than it actually is. So it takes itself too seriously. But anyway, I'm not going to talk anymore. At number 6 we got The Dead and the Damned right here in this triple pack. Don't really remember that much from this movie at all. I can just remember this thing which this thing was just bothering me all the goddamn time, because they were like shooting against each other and you might expect, oh, gunfire in like a western zombie movie or whatever, like, oh, this is going to be awesome, but the gun effects when they were shooting just sounds like a kid's a fake pistol with like fake sounds. I mean, it just sounds terrible. I think you don't understand what I mean. It's pretty hard to explain, but it just looks so stupid and so annoying, and that was the thing that bothered me with the whole goddamn movie. And the way it was shot, I mean, how they were filming everything, it felt so bad. And no, stay away from this movie. The Dead and the Damned comes in at number 6. And then at number 5 is, oh my god, this was on the number 1 spot for a long time during the previous year, because I had already picked out some movies after the half the year which I thought was terrible. The movie is Evil Game, Casino of the Dead. It's also known as Dead Man's Hand. And the reason why I picked up this from the beginning was because of Michael Berryman and Sid Haig. But come on, they were in the movie for like the last 20 minutes or so, and in some few flashback scenes, or were they even 20 minutes, I'm not really sure, but they were not in the movie for that long as at all. They cast a bunch of incompetent actors who can't act at all, and they just throw in Sid Haig and Michael Berryman and hope that the most of the people wants to check this movie out, which I did, and I regret that I did that. So yeah, this was completely terrible because nothing happened during the whole movie. It was just some weird ass flashback things, whatever. So no, this was just a pain in the ass to watch. Evil Game, Casino of the Dead, also known as Dead Man's Hand, at number 5. And then at number 4 we got a movie which I don't have on DVD because it's pretty hard to come across, because I watched it in my Watch and Review Extreme movie series or whatever. And the movie is Debris Documentaire by Marian Dora, and that equals Melancholy Der Engel when it comes to disturbingness, in my opinion, because those two movies have been the most disturbing movies that I've ever seen. So yeah, it was just extremely disgusting and weird, and I can't words can't explain it. So you just have to check it out for yourself to understand what I'm talking about right here, because it was too much, even for me as a hardcore horror fan. So yeah, anyway, it was just terrible, because it just wanted to disgust you, but of course it delivers, but it was still not a good movie. So no, Debris Documentaire, I cannot recommend that movie at all. But if you want to be disturbed or disgusted, sure, check it out. Debris Documentaire at number 4. And then at number 3 is... I was expecting a lot more from this, but it just ended up to be a pain in the ass to watch, because I was really looking forward to see this movie for so long, and it was just a big letdown for me. The movie is Terror Firmer. you know what, it's funny for like 10 or 15 minutes, but after that it's just enough. You can't make us laugh all the goddamn time. You need to have some pauses and then continue with it. You can't do it the whole time, because it just doesn't work like that, in my opinion at least. So when I picked this one up, I was like really hoping for a really funny Troma movie, because this was the first Troma movie I watched, and after I watched this I was like, is every goddamn Troma movie going to be like this? So I kind of lost faith right there a little bit, but anyway, it has a lot of nudity and gore and splatter and stuff like that. The effects and everything in this movie, that's probably the best thing with the whole goddamn movie, but it just doesn't want to end. Even in the end credits they just like put in a bunch of short clips of making of or something like that, and suddenly Lemmy from Motorhead is in this movie, in the end credits as well, and I'm just like, stop this movie already. It's just, ooh, terrible. At number 3 we got, Terror Firmer. I have to speed it up because now I've talked for about 11 minutes. And then we got another movie which I don't have. This is actually a sort of a documentary. I was not really sure if I was going to include this movie or not, but I actually found out that this was the second part of this series of movies which I watched. And the movie is Faces of Gore 2. I have not seen the first Faces of Gore. I was curious about it when I watched it on YouTube, and it was just stupid. I mean, it was like real life events of people that have died, and there's an annoying ass narrator who just makes fun of these dead bodies. I mean, if you think Traces of Death or Faces of Death are annoying, check out Faces of Gore, at least the second part, because it was just so goddamn annoying all the goddamn time. The narrator just ruined the whole goddamn feeling and everything of the movie. And there was one scene where a guy had like crashed right into a fence and had his head like crushed between the fence and like a pole or something like that. And then the narrator says something like that now he's going to be called Humpty Dumpty or something like that. How goddamn stupid is that? I just wanted to punch that goddamn narrator in the face, because that's just, annoying as hell. Now I'm not going to talk anymore about that piece of shit. Faces of Gore 2 at number 2. And at number 1, the worst movie that I've seen last year, 2014. According to me, this movie is absolutely terrible. And the movie is Earth Girls or Easy. I'm not really sure if you can see it right here. No, I have a bunch of other movies right here. Earth Girls or Easy. I'm not really sure if you can see it. And it has like Jeff Goldblum, Jim Carrey and a bunch of other famous people in it. I was just expecting a really fun and entertaining 80s movie, but this just felt like it was an adult version of Teletubbies or something like that, because it was just annoying as hell. And even for the 80s, I think this just looks ridiculous at the effects and everything. And I know that they didn't have CGI or anything like, super duper advanced stuff back in the 80s and all that, but this just looked terrible, and the acting was not likable at all in my opinion, and it just felt too childish. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but it was just terrible. So yeah, Earth Girls Are Easy, stay the hell away from this movie. It was just terrible in my opinion. Thank you very much for watching. I know I've been talking for about almost 15 minutes right now, so I'm just going to end the video. Keep your eyes open for the next top list, which is going to be a top list of my favorite teen movies. So yeah, hope you enjoyed and didn't get bored, and I hope to see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.